Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, plans and preparations for Williamson County Parks and Recreation spring and summer activities are in full swing. We'll be talking about our spring therapeutic programs for individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, as well as one of our most popular summer programs, Camp Will. Joining me today to discuss these topics is Traci Hamby, our Senior and Therapeutics Superintendent. Traci, thanks for joining us today.
I'm so excited to be here. We've got so many fun things to talk about today.
There is a ton of activity on your schedule, no doubt. The past couple of years, you and your staff have built this very robust, vibrant therapeutics program throughout the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department, and have so many new activities mixed in with a lot of those traditional staples, some of the things that people have come to count and depend on you over the past couple of years. You've got an amazing schedule of events that includes things like Super Saturday Respite, potluck and bingo events, plus there's some new things like a Parents' Night Out program, Miscellaneous Mondays, Culinary Creations.
We got something for everybody.
Absolutely, something for everybody. I always like to start these shows, though, with letting people know what our therapeutic recreation program is and what it consists of.
Okay.
Because for some individuals, they might find the title somewhat misleading.
Sure.
So talk to us real quick about who you serve and the types of programs you offer.
Okay. We serve the community that involves people with disabilities. So we've got folks from itty-bitty little 6 and 7-year-olds on through adult age. All of our patrons have some sort, like you said, of developmental or intellectual disability. We offer a wide variety of programming to cover all ages from, like you said, the respite programs, which give mom, dad, grandparent, caregiver, whoever the guardian may be, a break. And it's a fun day where we do arts and crafts and we cook and have music classes. To more recreation-based classes, because this population also wants to be able to do ceramics or maybe take a cooking class just like anybody else. So we offer a wide variety of programming. And the other flip side to our program as well, too, is with the therapeutic recreation programming that we offer, we're also working on independence. We're working on problem solving and building confidence, and it's all accomplished through a variety of different recreation-based classes.
So
in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, is a form of recreation therapy.
Yes.
On multiple levels. You've got a wonderful staff that help you with the development and execution of these programs. You offer different types of programs across Williamson County.
We do.
In Franklin, Spring Hill, the Nolensville area. And your main coordinators for these programs, as well as yourself, all have a special certification.
We do. We have a credential through the National Council for Therapeutic Recreation. And so we are certified therapeutic recreation specialists. And with that credential, we have continuing education we have to keep up with. It could be auditing classes, it could be attending conferences, contributing and publishing journal articles. There's a whole wide variety of different things that we do to maintain and keep this credential. And the bonus for us is it keeps us current with trends and what's popular and new studies and all that fun stuff.
All that fun stuff. All right. Well, let's talk about the real fun stuff. Let's talk about some of your upcoming therapeutic programs for our spring session.
Yeah.
These are programs that will be taking place March through April. Our current roster of spring activities is available on our website at wcparksandrec.com.
Right.
We're going to highlight a couple of programs today, but we by no means are covering
everything.
Everything. Exactly. So please follow up on the website to find out about all the great programs Traci and her staff have planned over the next couple of months. We're going to talk today, though, about several of your newer daytime programs.
Right.
You have a core group of therapeutic recreation programs that are late afternoon and evening based. And over the past year, you've really worked to try to instill some more daytime opportunities for a variety of different types.
Well, and the thought behind that, too, is not everybody can necessarily make a class that's more sessional based, where, say, it meets every single Monday for the whole entire month. So we've created kind of standalone classes that vary in the theme that people can sign up for, and it makes it just a little bit more convenient for those folks that maybe have a more busy schedule. Maybe they're working and want something to do on their days off, or they're involved with maybe a day program a couple days a week, but then want something for the day that they don't have to go to that program. So our thought was to try something like this, and it just kind of keeps things flexible. But we have a couple that are offered at our Nolensville Rec Center, and then we also have one that's offered at Franklin. So if you'd like, we can start with Nolensville Activity Club.
Yeah, let's start with Nolensville.
So that's something that meets one Monday a month at our Nolensville Rec Center. My coworker, Krista Hollis, is the one that coordinates this program, and each month she comes up with a creative theme. It could be tie-dyeing beach towels. It could be making St. Patrick's Day treats if it's in March. It varies, just whatever her creative juices decide to do for that month. So each month is different. The cost is minimal. It's $5, and it's for about, I believe, an hour and a half of instruction, and they do some sort of project or cooking activity from start to finish.
And I will have to say, I'm constantly amazed at the creativity of you and your staff. You guys are always coming up with some of the best projects, best themes, great things to do that really engage people on a multitude of levels.
Well, it keeps it fresh.
And it does.
And
yes.
I think our group really enjoys trying a variety of new experiences, and that's what my staff is great at that. They'll bounce out ideas past each other, and there is no limit. The sky's the limit. So they're always excited to try something new.
This Nolensville Activity Club program is meant for young adults and up.
Correct.
So it is probably the older group within your participant base.
And it does also require pre-registration. We need to know if you're coming.
Absolutely.
So we can get the appropriate amount of supplies.
And it's a PALS program as well.
Yes.
We talk about this a lot, but for
Yes.
people who might not be familiar with our program, explain what a PAL is.
So PALS program means that if you have a participant that maybe just needs a little bit extra support, maybe it's with personal care, they are required to bring a caregiver. It could be a parent, it could be a personal assistant, whoever, but they are required to bring that support and provide that support. Our programs aren't set up to where we provide one-on-one support for that particular program. But if the participant is independent, they're able to work on whatever project independently, use the restroom independently, they don't need that. They don't need that support.
Absolutely. Another Nolensville program on Wednesday, mid-morning. Another new event is Friends Day Wednesday.
It is, and it is also very similar to Nolensville Activity Club in the respect that it's standalone. Each month is going to be a different theme. Very, very similar to where it may be a cooking project or maybe something arts and crafts based. It could be just a board game day. Each month is going to be something different. Again, the fee is minimal. You're talking $5 a pop. Same type of time frame, just different day of the week,
Just
different
day of
title.
the week. Yeah, well, and it's just a different opportunity for these individuals to get together, because there really is a great community within the participants of your therapeutics recreation programs, and they really look forward to seeing each other.
They look forward to
having
seeing
their
each
camaraderie.
other, and sometimes folks, they may be involved with one program, and their friend may not attend that same program, and so it's nice to be able to, like you said, catch up. Maybe the only time folks get to see each other each month, and it's another opportunity. I have found too, especially once our patrons are a little bit older, say out of high school, those families are really looking for something to keep their child busy and get them involved and keep that socialization and routine. They're looking for opportunities to be able to accomplish all of that.
All that stuff. And our Friends Day Wednesday program is also for young adults. It also is a PALS program.
Right.
It is just $5 per session.
And pre-registration is required as well too.
All right, let's move over to Franklin and
Okay.
talk about culinary creations. Like you said in the beginning of the program, there's a variety of different things that therapeutic recreation programs can accomplish. But one of the main ones that I've come to notice over time is the assistance of independent living. And you gotta know how to cook.
You gotta
do
know how
that.
to cook. And my coworker, Jay McFadden, who is over this program, she likes to cook.
She loves to feed people.
And
All
there
the
is
people.
no limit with the type of projects that we work on with culinary creation. She's gotten so creative. And she takes the steps of how to make whatever, breaks it down to where our participants are involved in the whole entire process, whether it's making chili and cornbread, because we have done that, to fettuccine Alfredo and stir fry, preparing the food, cooking it, baking it, whatever method. And then we enjoy the meal at the very end of class. So we have that time frame coordinating with lunch. So we've got the time beforehand to get everything ready, and then that's the last thing we do is have the meal together.
That's kind of nice. Who doesn't love a lunch with their friends?
I know, right?
It's fun. No, speaking of Jane cooking, she was making pancakes last night for another event. And I was like, there's nothing that woman can't figure out how to cook in the rec center.
Oh, we've done everything from fondue to baked potato bars. You name it, she's done it.
She's done it. She's not afraid. Culinary Creations also meets on Wednesdays, but it is at the Franklin Recreation Complex, so spreading this variety out a little bit for our participants.
It's a little bit more expensive, but that's just to cover the cost of food. And I will say this, we purposely have Culinary Creations on a different day from Nolensville Activity Club.
So Friends Day Wednesday.
And Friends Day Wednesday, just so there's no conflicts and there's no reason you can't go to both.
Exactly. And like she said, a small additional fee for this
I
program
believe
is
it's
$8.
$7 or $8, something like that,
Yep,
depending
$7 or
on the project.
That makes sense. But another great opportunity for just some fun and engagement and learn some life skills.
Yeah.
You guys have also added some very interesting off-site trips to your calendar, where once a month you're taking a group of individuals out into the community to, explore their local community, have new experiences, and, do the things that we all enjoy doing.
We do. So for this particular activity, we have a predetermined location. People do need to meet us at that location, and they'll do some sort of activity in the community. It could be shopping at Cool Springs Galleria and eating lunch together in the food court. It could be going to see a movie at AMC Movie Theater. Other things that we have done, Third Coast Clay, and then eating at one of the restaurants in the factory. We've taken a visit to Harlansdale and had a picnic in the park. So we change it up each month. I will tell you, hands down, the most popular choice for that particular activity is going to the movies. Our folks just love going to the theater. They love going to the concession stand, getting that popcorn, enjoying that reclining seating that they now offer at the movie theater, and catching up on the latest flick.
It's always a good time at the movies. We do enjoy that. And then, like you said, this is one Friday a month.
Yes.
And it is it's a day-based program as well, from 11 to 1:30 is the time frame.
And there's no cost to Parks and Rec. You just need to bring enough money. Everything is Dutch treat to cover the cost of the program.
Great.
Or the activity.
Yes. And this also is another young adult program and a PALS program as well for individuals who need assistance.
Correct.
Awesome. So talk to us a little bit about the registration policy.
Okay.
So the majority of programs that you offer in Therapeutics are registration-based, so that you're properly able to prepare staff, supplies, food, all those other considerations. So tell us a little bit about registration and how people get signed up for your programs.
Okay. We offer registration both inline and in person at our main recreation centers. If you're online, if you're on our website and you're looking up an activity, I've linked most of the registrations for all of our programs, so you're able to register at the convenience of your own home, and it'll sign you up for the activity. You do have to pay with a credit card or debit card. Or if that's not as good of an option, we do have some folks that will come, say it's a Thursday night activity, they'll sign up for the next week at one of our rec centers. And the front desk staff is able to help out with that as well too. You're just limited with payment. It needs to be cash or check. But we've kept it fairly easy. There is a registration for every activity. Typically, the registration ends about 2 days before the event. And that's just so we know how many supplies and food that we need to purchase for the activity.
Yeah. And there's something that I, as a planner, appreciate in how you structure and run your programs, because typically, like, all of your spring registrations opened February 1st, so there's ample time for people to evaluate your calendar, look at theirs, see what works and what doesn't work. And then a lot of your activities, you start registration for the next month's event the night of the activity. And so that the individual participating themselves can be involved in the process
Right.
of, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for next
Right.
month and be actively involved in that process.
Yes, and we do have some that they do. They take great pride in going up to the front desk and being able to do that independently.
And register
Very much
themselves.
so. And there's no time restrictions on the registration. The only two programs that we have where there's a physical time that the registration starts would be our respite program and Camp Will program.
And that's just due to the popularity
Correct,
of those
correct.
programs, absolutely. Payment is always due at the time of registration.
Yes.
And then there's tons of ways that people can find out about your programs. You guys have a very robust quarterly newsletter
Yes.
called the Recreation Review that you post on our website. You also e-blast that out to families who have
Right.
registered for your mailing list. There's pages of information available
Yes.
through our website, but walk us through where people can find that information.
Sure, like you said, we have it available on our website. We email blast it out. And if you're not getting the email blast, we've got the information in the newsletter on how to get set up to receive those emails. We have paper copies available on flyer stands at our main recreation centers that we offer programming out of. And then the information's on our website, and we have it it's very user-friendly. If you go to the Therapeutics tab, you're going to see a section that talks about respite, a section that talks about Parents Night Out, a section that talks about our bowling program that's off-site. We've got a section that is just therapeutics activities, and then we have it organized by location. What all is happening at Franklin? What all is happening at Nolensville?
Longview.
There's a TR section, a potluck section. So we've tried to make it as user-friendly as physically possible.
And there's tons of great information out there. I encourage you, if you're looking for some therapeutic recreation programs, visit our website at wcparksandrec.com, and I guarantee you, within 4 clicks, your calendar is going to be full. Tons to choose from.
We've got some folks that we see Monday through Thursday. Friday, we have Friday Fun Day.
Every day of the week.
Every single week.
Let's move on to Camp Will.
Alrighty.
We just mentioned this is a very popular program.
Yes.
And still, in my way of thinking, working with this department for 17 years, Camp Will is still so unique to me for the opportunity and type of program that it provides. It, in its nature, is a very simple program, but you don't find programs like this everywhere that you go.
No, there are a handful of other places within the Middle Tennessee area that offer something similar, but there aren't many options available.
So tell us about Camp Will.
Okay, Camp Will is a specialized therapeutic summer day camp for kids ages 6 through 23. They must be Williamson County residents and must have some sort of developmental or intellectual disability. And we have families all over the county, Thompson Station, Spring Hill, Nolensville, Brentwood, Franklin, all over. We offer this program for 7 weeks in the summertime. And families have the opportunity to either sign up for 1 week at camp, they can sign up for all 7 weeks. It's on a first-come, first-served basis, and I'm sure we'll get to registration specifics in just a little bit. But it's summer camp, and so we're going to offer a variety of activities from going swimming at one of our rec centers, sports-related activities, arts and crafts, water day, relay races, summer camp activities.
Summer camp activities, basically. Yeah, it's just a traditional summer camp activity
Right.
for a non-traditional developing individual.
Right.
And this program has been in existence in Williamson County for decades.
Decades. The county itself took over the program in 1997. So we're in our, what is this, 22nd, 23rd, something like that. I'm not doing the math right now, but
22nd. I think
we've
it's gonna be the 22nd
been running this
summer.
program for a while now.
And this will be your...
Gosh, I started working for Parks and Rec in 2001, right after Camp Will ended. So this is like my 17th or 18th summer.
They're all starting to blur together,
They
I'm
are
sure.
all starting to blur together.
And with time, we have been able to increase the scope of this program.
Yes.
Since its inception, I'm sure, or definitely since Parks and Recreation has been involved in the execution of this program, there's always been more interest in the program than the demand has always exceeded what we're actually able to produce.
Yes.
And so I think this is the second or third year that we're able to offer 2 campsites for Camp Will.
This is, I think this is 3rd or 4th actually. that we have the 2 different locations, and it worked out for this year. We're going to be at Perry Creek Elementary School and then Crockett Elementary School. And what's nice about that is the locations there's space in between.
Yes.
So we're able to hit up certain parts of the county without being so close together that it's kind of a moot point, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So hopefully there's a location that's convenient for everyone involved. And, we are so blessed to have the support of Williamson County Schools. They host our program. And, by the time you factor in campers and staff and classrooms, and we're just truly thankful for their support.
Absolutely.
And hosting this program every single year.
Because we talk about this with all of our summer programs, but for Camp Will particularly, if it wasn't for the assistance of Williamson County Schools, these are programs we wouldn't be able to facilitate in our recreation centers.
No, we just don't have the space at any of our recreation centers to be able to have this program internally.
Right.
So it's been a great partnership. We've got great administration that we're working with this summer. We've been at both those locations in the past before, and it's just been a great experience so far. But yeah, those 2 locations. We've got registration coming up. I don't know if you want to start talking about that. March 13th, it's coming.
It's coming quick.
Quick.
Before you know it. Let's talk a little bit about the program first.
Okay, sounds good.
So like you said, it is a 7-week program. It's a day camp. It meets Monday through Friday.
9 to 3. The
9
only
to
day
3
we will
p.m.
not have camp is the July 4th holiday. We do have that day off, but we'll be there the Friday after. Starting date is June the 3rd, and we'll end camp on July 19th. So it's for the majority of the summer. We've already talked about the locations and all the awesome help we get from Williamson County Schools.
We do need to talk a little bit about the ages. We'll
Yes.
move into registration next, but like you said earlier, this is a program specifically designed for Williamson County
For
residents.
6 to 23-year-olds.
Ages 6 to 23, but there are some dates. They must turn 6 years old before the start of the
By
camp.
May 31st. And if you're new to us, we do require an assessment to be completed by one of my staff prior to online registration. And the deadline to get that completed is actually March the 12th. So it's the day before our online registration starts. For those folks that are new, what we do is basically an assessment. The potential new camper needs to be present, as well as a parent or legal guardian, and we're just going to collect information. Everything from medical background, what the camper likes to do for fun, are there dietary restrictions that we need to be aware of, are there any behavior concerns? If so, what is it and how is it redirected at home? All that kind of fun information. And then that way we've got the tools to be able to train our staff appropriately, and we know how to handle any and every situation once camp starts.
Absolutely.
So typically that process takes, I would say, about an hour in time.
And how do new participants to the program schedule an assessment?
So they can do that directly through Jane McFadden, and her number is 615-790-5719, extension 2033. Her contact information can also be found on our website underneath the Camp Will information.
Perfect. All right, so Camp Will for 2019, gearing up for a great summer. But for anyone to enjoy Camp Will, they have to be registered for Camp Will.
They have to be registered.
Like I said, registration is going to start March the 13th.
At 9 a.m. sharp.
9 a.m. sharp. All right, so walk us through registration. Let's start with the camp fees.
Camp fees. So when you register online initially, it is strictly just to sign up for the weeks of camp that you want your child to attend. Families can pick 1 week, they could pick 5 weeks, they could pick all 7. That is completely up to the family. But it is based on first come, first serve basis. And at that point, at the end of the transaction, you're going to pay just a registration fee. It's $25, and you'll get confirmation at the end of the transaction what weeks you were able to get. After that's over with, we have a second component to our registration that's in person. We collect information where folks that are new to us, we get information, that assessment. For our returning campers and families, we require an updated packet of information every single year. A lot can change over the course of a year, so we want to make sure we have the most current information. So we have set aside 4 separate dates, 2 at our Franklin location, 2 at Nolensville, for families to drop in to whatever date's convenient for them. And we're going to go ahead and finalize the registration there. We'll collect appropriate paperwork, we'll pass out a parent handbook, but then the final payment will be due at that time as well, too.
And that is based off of a fee of $65 per week per individual.
Correct, correct. And for those families that need it, there is financial assistance available upon request. They're welcome to reach out to me. My contact information is listed on the Campbell section of our website as well.
Perfect. And just a couple of other little points for people who are doing the online registration beginning March 13th at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Set your alarm.
Set your alarm.
Mark your calendar. Set your
Be
alarm.
on the online registration
That
before
$25
9 o'clock.
registration fee is non-refundable.
Correct.
It's also going to be due via debit or credit card.
Correct.
And there will be a 2.2% processing fee added to that, just so they're not surprised when they see that come through. When they're registering online for the weeks of camp that they would like to come, it's very important that they only register at one site.
Correct.
Pick the site that's most convenient to you and just register for that site.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then
then if weeks do become full, we've changed up how we're going to handle our waiting list for this year. We've actually created a separate registration just for the waiting list. So families will know at the end of the transaction, that first step process, if some weeks become unavailable. And then at that point, they will have the opportunity to sign up for our waiting list. And we've got separate codes for each location, and all that information is on our website as well, too.
Yes. Really, the website's the best place to go. There are a lot of dates and times associated with this Camp Will registration process. So please visit us online at wcparksandrec.com. From the homepage, just click the Therapeutics tab and then select Camp Will.
And Camp Will is the very first column, very first listing.
And you will get all the information you need to help you with this registration process.
Yes.
And to get you involved in Camp Will. And in our last 2 minutes, Traci, while we're talking about Camp Will, we do want to mention your summer employment
I want you to work for me for 7 weeks out of the summer. I will pay you. Yes, we always are hiring new staff for the upcoming summer. I do give priority to my previous summer staff. And then once I know who's able to work or who's not, I start hiring people in. Typically, we are always looking for counselors. Occasionally, we are also looking for activity staff. Nursing staff is another big one. We're looking for nurses, or CNAs would work as well too. With Camp Will, one thing we did not mention earlier is this is one where we do provide personal care. And so if folks need to receive that support, they can get that during the camp day. There are certain medical procedures that we're not able to accommodate, but we will make accommodations for the family to provide that themselves.
Yes. So go online, check out the information about Camp Will. Also from our website, under the About tab, you'll see an employment opportunities section. Our Camp Will summer job post is available there as well. You can read up and get more information, or Traci's contact information if you have additional questions.
Yes.
And I think we probably have 45 seconds left. I feel like we have barely skimmed the surface of what you do on a daily basis. But again, more information is available through our website. Visit us at wcparksandrec.com. While you're there and getting information about our therapeutic programs in Camp Will, you can also search our just released summer activity guide. It features hundreds of programs for kids and teens this summer season, from late May to early August. Everything from specialty camps, day camps, sport camps, and on the list goes. So be sure to check that information out as well. Traci, thanks you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you. Wish you the best of luck with your programs, and we look forward to visiting you this summer at Camp Will.
We'll see you then.
And thank you guys for joining us for today's show as well. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.